Well, great morning, everyone. We are up here in Arcata, California, going through Arcata at the moment. And there's Samoa Boulevard. Yeah, you can go over to this little area that's called Samoa. I love it. But puppies got to have their very important imported milky bone. And I got my Dutch brothers. I haven't had it for a while now. And yeah, we're just enjoying it. Now I still have people, I guess this is the first time they tuned into the channel, that ask if I'm living in my car. Well, I'm living in it when I'm on the road traveling, but I do have a home base. As most of you know, I have a home base. But I do love my travel times, and I think you can see from the videos of the morning, 30-minute morning traveling, as to why. I get away as often as I can. Now, if I lived in my car, if I lived in here, I would be quite happy. I am quite comfortable, like I said, in here. And as you've seen, I've gone and I've seen the busy turning out by the ocean. I've seen ocean. I've seen the wetlands that they're restoring. And now I'm up here. I've gone through the redwoods. I'm up here in the greenery now. I've spent time out in the deserts. I live in the desert area. And what would be optimum if I could have a place in the desert for 6 months and a place up here in the beautiful trees and the greenery for 6 months. I like the balance. So yeah, I'm enjoying my time. And I'm enjoying my Prius V. Now people ask if I'm in an SUV, if I'm in a van, what am I in? No, this is it's like a station wagon. Now I'm 5'2", I'm only 5'2", 5'1", 5'2". So for me, I have enough headroom in here. And the Prius V is a little larger than the regular Prius. I have an extra, what is it, 14, 15 inches something. So I'm able to have the toilet in here. I have my cooking area. I have everything in here that I had in my road trek van. And for me, I actually like this better because I get way better gas mileage than I had in the van. And I'm not going to state parks, and I can go anywhere with my Prius. I had it lifted and a skid plate put under it so that I can do forest roads. I can do those. And I'm not doing big rock climbing, that type of thing. But some of the forest roads can have pretty big rocks and stuff that you're going. So I did have it lifted so I can do the forest roads. But, really, I can go anywhere. And that's what I love about my Prius V, because I'm all about the scenery. And as you can see, I'm not going to a place and staying there for 4 or 5 days at a time. I'm more continually moving. Now, if I really wanted to do a park, I would go for the daytime. pay a daytime fee and that's it. Because I don't need to plug in. I'm not cooking outside. I'm cooking in here. So I don't need any of their amenities that they have there. Okay? I don't need their picnic tables. I don't need their toilets. I don't need any of it. So if I wanted to do a park, I would do daytime, spend my day there, enjoy it. Or I can go to a city park. Okay? I can go to a regular city park if I wanted to go out and have a park type of a element. Spend some time like that. But other than that, you know, finding a place to sleep at night has not been a problem. I either find a pull-off like last night. I found a really nice big pull-off, so I pulled off and just spent the night, and that's always been fine. Or, you know, there are a lot of places, if I'm in town, I will find a place that I could park. Now, I've never done it, but people say you could park at like hospitals. I've never done that, but I've heard that. Either that or in a neighborhood, or sometimes a Walmart. If I'm on a major highway, then truck stops. I like to do truck stops because at night when I get ready to stop, I put up my window coverings and it doesn't matter where I'm at, I have the same view. My view is during the daytime, okay? So I love this. Now somebody was asking to see in here, so I will do a picture again of in here so they can see it. But, you know, for people that are taller and they want to do this life. Now the thing I said that I really love about this is I have climate control. This runs off the big hybrid battery, and it only turns on once the hybrid battery is getting low. It'll turn on for a couple of minutes, recharge the battery, and then the engine turns off again, and you can set the climate to whatever you want it. Now, what I'm doing here for the when I'm putting on more heat, I just set it to 1 bar and set it the temperature I want. And it's not coming on very often. Okay? And you stay, I only need a real light blanket. I don't need any heavy blankets and stuff in here because you've got the system, climate system, which works great. Which is why I love this. Where people are going in the cold and they're having to take, you know, blankets and sleeping bags down to the zero. I don't have any of that. Okay? I don't need any of that. This is as comfortable, if not more comfortable, than at home. This is my rolling home, okay? Oh, coming up, I'm just coming over this crest and seeing the ocean waves coming in. Oh, that's lovely. What a nice view, and that's why I do this. I haven't been up this road for a long, long time. So I'm seeing these ocean waves coming in and the mist over them over here. It's lovely. This is what I live for. This is what I really enjoy. So yeah, no, I don't live in my car. I live in my car when I'm traveling. Yeah, I don't stop at hotels. No. And I'm not setting up tents. I'm not camping in that sense. And I really love my setup here because I cook inside here. I don't have a pull-out where I'm in the elements having to cook. Okay? So for me, this is perfect. Now, if you are taller, then you're going to need more headroom than you find in this. Okay? But I have to say, one thing I have in here that I love is my sunroof, because I can open that up, and I do in the morning. I open it up, get fresh air in here, and I can stand up to get dressed. Okay? So if I stand up, only this much is outside. So I can stand up, pull on my pants, do whatever I need to do, changing and stuff. And it's very easy because I can open that up. Okay. So like I said, this works really great for me. Now if you're taller and you want to do this type of life, and I really highly recommend having a hybrid. Your gas mileage is so much better. And like I said, you've got climate control, which is really, you can't beat it. Now even running the climate control all night, I still get 30 to 35 miles per gallon overall, and that's with running it all night. So you can't beat that. Now if you need more headroom, you want more room, etc., then I would suggest like a Sienna. That's good. For taller people, you would probably want a Sienna. Now, if you don't need climate control, then I would probably go with the Honda Element. I've looked at those and I'm really impressed with the way they're set up and how nice they would be to convert it for your cross-road vehicle for camping or living, whatever your circumstance is. Now, like I said, I had a road trek and I lived in it for a year. I put my house on the market in Florida. I just can't take Florida anymore. Hated it. Okay. Not my place. I was convinced to move there. They said, oh, it's just like Hawaii. No, it's not. It's not like, no, it's not. And I stayed there for 8 years and it felt like a prison. It was just not my thing. So I put my house on the market, and when I put it on the market, that's when COVID hit. So my house sat on the market for a year. They weren't showing it, during COVID or anything. So I was, I had to sell my home before I moved into another house and stuff, and I lived in my road trek for a year. I was quite happy with it. In fact, I wanted to get a tiny house, but there's no place that you can put them, because I didn't want to live in a tiny house community. No, I want my space. I want my space. I don't want people on top of me. did sell, and then I moved into the place I have now, which is just too big. It's really too big. It's a lovely place, and the neighborhood is quiet. That's all good. I got it for a very good price. I was very fortunate when I got my place. Okay. But I would really like to find, a small house. But it's hard to find small houses. I don't know why they force people to live in bigger houses. I don't get that. Because I'd rather have a small house. Like I said, I'm happy in small areas. I could live in here without a problem. But anyway, I was looking at the reading today about the liar and thief. And the more I sat with things, I really saw that people get drug and they sell their souls really to a liar and thief, because they're promised importance, monetary stuff, all of these things, but they get sucked into this and they sell their souls. Really, they go into greed, and greed is a never-ending hole of unhappiness. So they become very miserable people. Once you get in that greed cycle, it's about how can I hold on to my money, I need more, and then they get into this, I have to be better than the Joneses, I have to be better than the people next door, and they get themselves caught up in this drama, overspend, get themselves in debt, become depressed, become very miserable people. They lose their compassion, they lose their empathy, and they go into a very, very dark mindset. All of that because they wanted power in the world. Sold their souls for it. And they follow this Antichrist Christianity and say what great Christians they are, and they're anything but. If Christ came back, they would be the first to string him up again. So yeah, they've lost their humanity. Everything that they had of value is gone. Their integrity is gone. Everything is gone. So in one way, I feel sorry for them, because rather than having a peaceful life and being grateful for what they have no gratitude for anything. They enter this dog-eat-dog world. I'd rather have little and be happy with what I have, rather than having a lot and it's never enough. And you're miserable. And you've got to make other people miserable. You want other people to be as miserable as you are. Yeah. understand again why people want to buy these big McMansions. I'm happy in a little studio. Some of my happiest places were when I just lived in a little studio apartment. One room. And I was quite happy. You can only be in one room at a time. Why do you need a big McMansion? I don't get it. I don't get it. Or why do you need to have the latest car? You know, I need to have something of... Many times you're better off to get the older vehicles. The new ones break down now. I've seen videos of people that bought brand new vehicles and they didn't even have it a month and they're having breakdowns and big problems with them already. Yeah, not good. Now, my vehicle, this one, when I get back, I'm going to start having all the fluids changed. Okay, have the transmission fluid emptied and redone, not flushed. When you flush it, if it's got medical particles, that goes through your system. You don't want to flush it. You only want to have it drained and new put in. So all my fluids I want to have changed to keep your vehicle optimum. People don't think about changing their fluids, but that's important. Not only just your oil, you need to change your stuff for your transmission, your coolant, your brakes, braking system. All of your fluids should be changed on occasion. So when I get back, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start having the systems fluids changed so that I can keep this vehicle, hopefully. We'll see if we can get 500,000 miles on it or more. We'll see. We'll see. Because I do a lot of miles. Okay, it's possible I could get that because I do a lot of miles. But like I said, that's something I'm going to do when I get back, is start having the fluids changed. Because it's really important. You need to have your coolant fluid changed. You need to have all of these changed. Now I'm not talking monthly or something like that. I'm talking like this car has now over 120,000 miles on it. So yeah, it's time to change fluids. And so, like I said, when I get back, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start having the fluids changed in here so that I can keep this vehicle running and hopefully get to 500,000 miles. Yeah. But for now, today I'm enjoying going through all of these beautiful trees up here, the green, and just really enjoying my time on the road. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.